Hello and welcome to the Box Office Buddies podcast. I'm Dan. I'm joined by Jonathan
Yee.
and Grug.
Hello.
Let's get right into the top 10 because we have a lot to talk about in the latter half. The latter half being 1 through 5 rather than 6 through 10. But let's go straight into number 10, which is Mortal Kombat 2, which did 2 million this weekend, down 67%.
6-7.
It's currently at 77.77 million domestic. Sounds lucky, but it's kind of not, I guess, with a budget 47.8 million international, 125.57 worldwide, all on an $80 million budget. Yeah, this is fading quite fast.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel like a third one is very questionable,
Unless they bring the budget down.
which I could see them maybe doing.
It'd have to be like 50 million for it to be worth it, I think.
Which I think they did the first one on. Number 9, we have Passenger with 2.72 million. That's a 69% drop, bringing the domestic total to 15.39 million. International total is at 9.7 million. Worldwide, this is looking at 25.09 million on a $15 million budget. That is fine. Not really good, but like it's fine. This kind of reminds me how Primate did, honestly. I don't know, these Paramount horror movies are maybe a little too much for what they are in terms of how much they cost.
I think it would have been fine if it wasn't ass because it would have had a better drop. But it's ass, so it dropped 69%.
This is the last time we'll see Passenger. Just realized, rip Project Hail Mary and Mario for the first time.
Yeah, I think the Project Hail Mary actually had a 62% drop, which is the first time it's dropped above 41%.
Yeah, that's crazy. It hasn't. I wonder if the digital was finally kicking in. I don't know. It probably just lost a bunch of theaters.
Yeah, I think it's more just screen space. It was taken up by some of the bigger films that are out right now.
Well, say number 8, we have the Sheep Detectives. I almost put this as my number 5 on the predictions. All right, it made 4.69 million, which is 49% down from last weekend. So far has 54.6 million domestic, 47.5 million international, and total it has 102.1 million worldwide. This is all on a $75 million budget, which that's way higher than I thought it was. Holy shit.
It's a Prime ad, essentially. The theatrical release is a Prime ad, so it does kind of fill a niche that I've noticed Prime doesn't really have in terms of like family movies as well. It's good that it did well. Yeah, this is the first normal drop I feel like for this movie though, which kind of bit me in the ass this weekend. But
A lot of movies suffered a little bit from post-holiday drops. I think things will probably go back to what they were like before the holiday. At number 7 this week, we have Pressure at 5.81 million opening in 1,829 cinemas. It has made 3,177 per theater. So that's a pretty good per theater average for this movie. It did lean older this week, which is good because the first two movies leaned very much younger. That's 47% over 55, 59% over 45, and it was like 58% men, 42% women, which makes sense for a movie like this.
I have to say, I do kind of feel like this was a botched opportunity in a lot of ways. Maybe I'm about to go on a rant here, but okay. Well, first of all, I think if it had more theaters, it probably could have made the top 5. The word of mouth is great. It's got an A cinema score, great critical reviews. I'm kind of baffled at the very weekend they chose to release this. And here's my reasoning. Last weekend was Memorial Day. You know what next weekend is? Specifically, next Saturday is the anniversary of D-Day. So, like, you have like 2 weekends. Maybe they were trying to capitalize on both. I just don't understand why they thought that would work. But I mean, regardless, it's a decent turnout, I think. I wonder what the budget is. It looked I did see this. It was really good. Kind of expensive to me though.
I think you could still do pretty well next Saturday. To be fair, maybe it wasn't a good weekend for it.
Just think it was a lot of missed opportunities. I think it could have held its own very well against last week's movies, honestly. Probably next week's as well. I think either one of those, they should have capitalized on one, and I think they tried to do both. All right, number 6, we've got The Devil Wears Prada 2 with $5.87 million. That's a 54% drop, bringing the domestic total to far away from 480 million. It's at 209.32 million domestic with a 432.2 mil international total, bringing the worldwide to a very good $641.52 million on a $100 million budget.
Disney continue to be very happy with this.
I overestimated this, I admit, and this is kind of finishing a little closer to what I was originally expecting, I think. Maybe a little better. I should have just thought clearly because what type of movie it is, I mean, this is an incredible result. Kind of unheard of for movies like this.
Like a legacy sequel to a 2000s comedy.
More adult skewing as well, like
It's a very good performance, and I always thought it was going to do Mamma Mia numbers, and it is 60 million past Mamma Mia now.
it is doing those numbers and more.
So very, very good performance. Grug, do you want to go through number 5?
Nate Bargatze is not real. I don't believe it. The Breadwinner, a fake movie, made 7.35 million for its opening weekend. This is in over 3,000 theaters, specifically 3,252. The PTA is $2,261. I forgot what PTA means. So
Per theater average.
I was thinking Paul Thomas Anderson. It's $25 million budget. It's not making that back. 59% of the audience is surprisingly women. I thought it'd be more men.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me.
71% Caucasian.
Least surprising statistic. Least surprising.
14% were Hispanic or Latino. 6% were black, and 1% were Asian.
This is a male movie. Bug standard male movie that
Hit movie of 2013, released in 2026.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I was going to bring this to the table to review this weekend, and I just didn't end up going to see it because of I'm gonna be honest, I just didn't really feel like it. So we'll talk about something else. But it looks very fake, but it's kind of amusing to me how fake it looks, honestly. It's comforting. I hope it's anything like 2019's Playing with Fire. That movie is so stupid. It's kind of amazing.
At number 4, we have Michael at 11.87 million, down 42%. This is one of its bigger drops as of recent. 340.07 million domestic, 511.4 million international. Continues to be insane how fucking massive this is. 851.47 million worldwide on an $155 million budget. This is the third biggest domestic Lionsgate movie. It is unlikely to become number 2 because number 2 is Hunger Games, which made 408 million. It's not getting there. But it is number 2 worldwide, and it is very much going to be passing Catching Fire's 865.01 million. Probably going to do it within the next few days with like Russia being added. Likely going to become the first Lionsgate billion-dollar movie with major help from Universal.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if I could fully give that props. Like, more so, we're seeing that 340 domestic, that's Lionsgate's accomplishment, which is very good. It's very good. Everything else is on Universal, I feel like, honestly.
Yeah, I think I'm chalking this drop to post-holiday. Like the 54% for Devil Wears Prada as well.
And this is the biggest one yet, correct? Like, even bigger than the opening.
Yeah, it's the second biggest drop. The biggest was weekend 2, 44%. So yeah, this hasn't dropped over 44% yet, which is very good.
And now I'm just not going to sugarcoat this. We have an unimpressive performance. Following at number 3.
Technically, it's impressive if you think about it.
It's impressively bad. The Mandalorian and Grogu with a abysmal 70% drop, bringing its second weekend to 24.45 million. Let me remind you, the opening was around 81 million. This is pretty bad. The domestic total is now at around 136.82 million. International is 109.2 million, bringing its worldwide total to 246.02 million. This is not looking good on the $165 million budget. It's not. I'm sorry. I'm not actually, but maybe taking a little too much joy out of this. But I thought this movie was stupid. But yeah, so this is the highest drop ever for Star Wars, Disney, or post-Disney Star Wars.
It's interesting to see this movie and then the movie at number 2 have it's absolutely getting marketed by a tiny movie.
The legs on this, I really haven't thought about this. The legs on this are not going to be good. Just because of think of everything that's coming out in the next few weeks. There's at least one thing that completely eats into its audience. We got Masters of the Universe coming in. I'm not saying that movie's going to do great. It's just, it's going to eat into this audience.
We genuinely have to ask. It would be hard, and I'm not sure how possible it would be. But how possible could it be that the Mandalorian and Grogu gets out of the top 5 next weekend?
I don't think next weekend. I think it's going to barely hold in there.
The fact we have to consider it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's going to have not a great drop next weekend either. I'm going to be honest. And I mean, the weekend after we got Disclosure Day, and then we got Toy Story, then we got Supergirl. It doesn't end. Literally every single week there's something that completely takes away this audience. This was honestly, this needed to be great for this to leg out.
From now until the end of July, the only weekend that doesn't have a massive wide release on it is July 24th. That's the weekend after the Odyssey.
The Mandalorian isn't even going to be in the equation.
And it's not even going to be in the top 10.
I mean, we're barely going to see it by the end of the month.
It's going to be long exited the top 10.
All right, number 2, the gift that keeps on giving with the box office, we have Obsession, which made 27.4 million this weekend. It's up 14% from last weekend. So that means 2 weekends in a row it's increased. When was the last time that even happened? I can't even recall.
It was 2023's Anyone But You. A big note for that movie is that the calendar configuration was very bad. It did still go up both weekends, and the time it happened before that was 1996's Scream. It's only happened 2 times in the last 30 years. It's happened 5 times since 1982. The first movie that it happened with was E.T. the Extraterrestrial. And I think the second movie was also in 1984, 1986. I forget what the second movie was. I only know Scream, Anyone But You, and E.T. are the 3 of the other 4 movies that have done this ever.
Wouldn't it be amazing if it does it again? It's probably not. But who knows?
I think the funniest thing, though, it's still going to do more than its opening weekend. Almost certainly.
So it has 105.75 million domestic, 43.24 million international, with a total of 149 million worldwide. And it is not slowing down. And this is with a budget of $750,000. Though Focus did at least buy it for 15 million, but I mean they've made that back.
This is in contender for one of the most profitable films of all time. It's not going to be the most because of Paranormal Activity, but
I think it's already if it gets to 250, it's gonna be about as profitable as the Blair Witch Project, which had a budget of 750K and it did 250 million.
So that's probably I bet Blair Witch is probably second to Paranormal Activity or something like that.
Domestically, this is second for Focus Features.
Right behind Coraline, which is it's probably passing that.
Think about this also. Coraline had a bunch of re-releases as well that kind of got it up there.
But yeah, so this is Number 2 domestic. It's number 7 worldwide, but it's the biggest movie Focus Features have had worldwide, made 194 million, nearly 195 million, and it's going to pass that probably in the next 2 weeks. So at number 1 this weekend, against Obsession, which did a 14% increase, is Backrooms. A24's Backrooms, which did 81.4 million for the domestic opening weekend. I remember when projections were saying like 40 to 50. High end, it would have still been double Civil War, which was its previous biggest opening weekend of all time. This is 3.19x what Civil War did. It was in 3,442 cinemas. It had a 23,650 per theatre average. 36.54 million international opening weekend. That brought its worldwide opening weekend to 117.95 million. Slight bit of comparison. Scream 7 had a worldwide opening weekend of about 96 million. This is about 21 million higher than that, nearly 22 million. And this is all on a reported about 10 million or under budget. In terms of demographics, 50% came because it was an A24 movie, apparently. 30% became Parsons, and then 58% came for the Backrooms or Creepypasta, which makes a lot of sense. 43% of the audience was 18 to 24, 25% was 25 to 34, 20% was 13 to 17, which means that 88% of the audience was under 35. Deadline said that the average age for Backrooms was 25.2 years old.
So just like our age.
He is now the youngest director to be number 1. In terms of A24, domestically, this is already their second biggest movie of all time. It's just behind Marty Supreme, which did 96.04 million. It has surpassed Everything Everywhere, Civil War, Uncut Gems, Lady Bird, Talk to Me, The Drama, Hereditary, Materialist, all of them in its first 3 days. Some of them it passed it within its first 2 days. And then for worldwide, it is a little bit further behind. It's number 5. It doesn't have long to get past Civil War, which did 127.34. The Drama, which did 128.26. Everything Everywhere, which did 143.41. And then Marty Supreme did 191.35. It's going to become A24's biggest ever movie, probably in the next couple of weeks. I'm hesitant to say next week because 191, it does need to add quite a bit, and I am suspecting that there will be a big drop domestically.
It will at least get to number 3. Probably number 2.
I would confidently say number 2. Let's move on to our reviews for the week. Go with Grug, your movie first, because it is very similar to the movie we were just talking about, because it is that movie.
This movie really just exactly fits the vibe of what I was expecting out of a Backrooms movie. The entire movie is just filmed with this incredibly well-made atmosphere. Every I mean, obviously there's not a ton of characters in the movie, but all the actors really just sell their performances. I think the best thing about this movie is the just this cinematography. Even in just the scenes where it's not ignoring even the found footage scenes, which the found footage scenes are by far the best parts of the movie. And even ignoring those scenes, just the cinematography in every scene, how it's just slowly creeps on with the characters. It's genuinely so well done. Along with that, what I really wasn't expecting, story is just actually really good.
It's surprisingly good character work for a movie like this. A lot more thoughtful than I feel like a lot of its contemporaries are.
I knew that Kane Parsons would definitely get the vibes down. I was more worried to see what, because you got to do this is different from a YouTube series where you can kind of just be mysterious. What are we doing with whole character arcs here? This one does it great. I think Lark, Chiwetel Ejiofor's character is just really well written.
I feel like this movie understands it needed to be about something. It couldn't just be about just look, it's the Backrooms. Needed a stronger hook. I think they took an angle with mental health particularly, and I think it works very well. Very, very well for a movie like this.
Someone just a character who's just kind of almost spiraling, just discovering this dimension. I don't even know like just what the Backrooms even is. Just like outside of reality.
I'd say a big shout out to Renata Reinsver as well. She's incredible in everything, but yeah, she was really good in this as Mary as well.
There's like one like monologue she has later on that's just so good.
I'll just say I love the entire scene at the kitchen table later in the movie.
That's definitely the highlight, easily. Can't really say anything beyond that.
I think this movie as well, along with that, just like all the visual effects are really good. I mean, y'all are kind of expected. The like entities that are in this movie all look like incredible. It's like it's genuinely a perfect adaptation for like a Backrooms movie. And I think anyone who thinks it really isn't is just like
Not like Roblox.
yeah, they played too many Roblox games. And I know I've played some of those Roblox games myself.
I will say there's a scene where one of the characters, it's in the trailer a little bit. One of the characters goes down this slope thing. They're like tied to a bed with a rope, and well, they aren't tied to the bed, but the rope is tied to the bed. They go down this slope, and there's like piles of clothes, and I don't know. Like, did you guys see something in the clothes?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that.
That was really fucking creepy.
Waiting for that to do something before something else happened.
Yeah. Now that it just now dawned on me that scene you're talking about.
And it's really interesting to see like this director is obviously, he's very new to Hollywood. It's incredible to see like the potential that he has in directing scenes like that in horror movies. I'm interested to see what he does next that like isn't a Backrooms movie. I'm imagining that there's a possibility that they're gonna be a Backrooms too.
I would be very surprised if they did.
We have to ask the question: how does Chris Stuckman feel?
I hope fine. I hope he feels. If from his review of Obsession, it sounded like he was really taking it in stride, just very happy. And I feel like the rest of it doesn't really matter, as long as he's not like publicly being bitter about it.
Just ignore the gambling ad on the SpongeBob movie review.
It has to sting a little bit.
It probably does, especially since both Obsession and this movie got like not only just better box office, but like way better reception.
At least he's not acting like the main character of this movie.
I like the part where he when he runs out of the back rooms and then grabs the stool. That part was funny. Also, great marketing by him.
He's filming an ad and the chair breaks while he's filming it.
Or let's name a place Captain Clark's Ottoman Empire.
It's just the most confused branding I've ever seen, to the point the characters are even pointing it out. It's just like, what are you trying to channel? Like pirates? The Ottoman Empire? What are you going for here? It doesn't really make sense.
I think we'll go from one good movie to a bad movie. We'll go to Tom and Jerry Forbidden Compass.
A movie I thought was fake.
Forewarning to anybody who wants to watch Forbidden Compass. I'm going to spoil it. I don't give a fuck. Skip to the next part because I do not give a fuck about.
I have a curse attached to me. Every time I've been on here, there's been a shitty animated movie that's been talked about.
Tom and Jerry Forbidden Compass is a Chinese-funded Warner Brothers Tom and Jerry movie. The Warner Brothers logo does come up, so it is technically a Warner Brothers movie. I like how they will release this, but they won't release Coyote versus Acme. Tom and Jerry, they like chase into a museum and they find an ancient magical compass which transports them to ancient China, basically. And they need to find a way back home. I'll start off with the voice dubbing is atrocious. It's like overacting a lot of the time, over pronunciating a lot of things as well. it's kind of like an AI fever dream in terms of animation. So, it's not just like bad voice dubbing, it's also that the animation just looks pretty shoddy most of the time as well. There is in one of the first scenes when we get to the ancient China, there is a giant flying dragon that's full of rats. Don't ask me why the villains are all rats. The villains are all rats. There is like this chicken character. One of the lines he says is, "I lay eggs when I get overstimulated." Also, one of the characters says Bugs Bunny versus Daffy Duck opera because they're doing this dancing scene. How the fuck do they know about Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny in an ancient city, bro? We're supposed to be in an ancient city. How the fuck do they know about those characters? There is a rap song that happens out of nowhere.
Oh my god, bro! All these fucking recent like shitty animated movies.
Yeah, and then 15 minutes later, there's another musical moment, but it's like more musical theater, and like the characters like talking about how he needs the compass. But before all that, they do something to Tom's character where they have him have a devil character on his shoulder that speaks. Like they give Tom a voice. Now, he doesn't speak as like the cat character doesn't speak. Tom and Jerry don't speak in real life. What? How the fuck does his devil like character have an English voice that speaks like perfectly fluent English? Like, why isn't he like? They could have easily made it a visual gag where like he's like talking to himself, but like in cat, like he's meowing at himself or whatever as a devil, like a devil on his shoulder. I think that could have been a fine visual gag. So there's like a mega rat, and one of the lines he says is, "The day has finally come for Mega Rat 2." I didn't know Mega Rat 1 was a thing. TBH, like, and then so when the Mega Rat has the compass, this is like third act. So as I said, I'm spoiling it. I don't give a fuck. In the third act, he has the compass, but it needs electricity to be powered. So he finds out that like Jerry running on a wheel like, can power the compass, and then later we see like loads of chains connected to the compass, and like all the other rat characters are basically doing Zumba to to power the compass. They've just got like music on and they're doing Zumba. Don't ask me where the music's fucking coming from or the lights. Because we're in ancient fucking China. There is a bit where like one of the actually no, this wasn't fucking third act. So this was when I thought it was the third act. And after the concluding fight that I thought was like the final fight, I looked at the time, which I know you're not really supposed to look at your phone, but I needed to see how long I had left, and I had 25 fucking minutes left.
Bro.
This movie has a fourth and fifth act. This is a 5-act movie. During one of the fight, one of the characters looked like he's gonna like die because the villain's up to him, and like the character just goes, "It's okay, I'm ready for death." I'm like, so yeah, the third act finishes after about an hour, but there is still 30 minutes left in the movie, and so the fourth act is very like uneventful, I think, but the fifth act. The Mega Rat basically becomes a kaiju and starts terrorizing this ancient Chinese city. I didn't even mention Phoenix Master. Phoenix Master is like is an exiled god. He's in all like 5 acts.
What the fuck does this have to do with Tom and Jerry?
He's an exiled god, and he needs the compass, so he can go back to heaven and be a god. That's all you need to know. Phoenix Master also becomes a kaiju in the end.
Are Tom and Jerry even in these like final battles? It's like this kaiju battle.
They are, but they're like getting threatened by the big kaiju rat. One point, the rat kaiju says to the Phoenix Master kaiju, "Get on your knees," and I thought that was funny. One of my last notes I have on the movie is that they make themselves get hit by lightning. I forget why they did that, but like the Celestial Master, which is the being that decides if they go to heaven or not. The Phoenix Master and the chicken character, who used to be a phoenix, they get hit by lightning many, many times. Like the character's like, no pain, all gain. It's like, imagine doing a one-liner and you're getting hit by lightning repeatedly.
Leon S. Kennedy.
It's one of the final things that happens in the fifth act. Overall, this new Tom and Jerry movie, I would say, is absolutely fucking ass. It is probably one of the worst animation movies I've ever seen. It's so fucking messy. It doesn't make any sense. There's hardly any of the Tom and Jerry things that you actually like them, slapstick violence against each other. I gave it half a star on Letterboxd. By the way, that's Tom and Jerry Forbidden Compass. Jonathan, let's hope your movie's better.
It is. Don't worry. All right. I'm going to keep this kind of brief because it has been quite a few weeks actually since I've seen this. But I saw this for a AMC Screen Unseen. But this movie just went quote unquote wide this past weekend from Black Bear. As wide at meaning less than 500 theaters. But kind of was done dirty, which is a shame because it's honestly one of my favorites of the year, like in my top 10. It's a little thriller called Tuner. All right. So this movie is about a piano tuner. Hence the name. He's employed by this guy who kind of took him in as like a father figure. He owns the tuning business. Um, but he used to be a virtuoso piano player, and he got a very bad hearing condition where he's essentially allergic to like heavy sounds. So he has hypersensitive hearing. And this is gonna kind of sound a little like Baby Driver, admittingly, but it's definitely a different approach from Baby Driver overall. So sometimes he has to have like headphones on and stuff like that. But this hypersensitive hearing does have its own perks. And one time when he's like tuning a piano late at night, he happens to stumble upon some people breaking in, trying to crack open a safe, and to just try to get them to move on their way. So prior to this, he had actually learned how to like listen in to the specific cogs that a safe needs to hit to unlock it. And since his hearing is that sensitive, he's able to tell. So he cracks the safe open for them like it's nothing. And yeah, I mean, pretty much tell where this is going from there. They keep asking him to crack open safes. And in the middle of this, he starts to fall in love with a piano student who is trying to get an apprenticeship with a very, very acclaimed pianist. Yeah, I loved this movie. It was really cool. One of the slicker movies I've seen this year. So it's directed by Daniel Roher. This is his first narrative feature. You may know him from the documentaries Navalny that won the Oscar in the 2023 ceremony. He recently just did one called the AI doc as well. That was pretty good too. He does a great job with his narrative debut. The sound design in particular is really good. It's very immersive into putting yourself in the shoes of the main character. Double check. I'm pretty sure. Yes, his name is Nicky, making yet another May 2026 movie with a major character named Nicky. Very different set of circumstances for these two, but yeah, it's really interesting to just see him like navigate his life, and people start asking him questions like, well, where are you getting this money? And then he starts to not be able to outrun his problems with how he's getting the money. The more and more he goes through, it all comes to fruition to a very honestly uncomfortable scene in the final act where it catches up to him in just about the worst way it could possibly do it. It's very like I was wincing when I was in a good way, in a good way. It's definitely the intent of the film, but it was very difficult to watch, and the movie really ramps up the tension from that point on until the resolution. But yeah, I mean, really don't have much else to say. It's if you like thrillers, I definitely recommend checking this one out. Probably won't be too long until it's on digital, probably a few weeks. But if it's playing near you, go see it. It's the sound design in particular, really cool.
But yeah, that's our movies for this week. Two good ones and one. It was a shit sandwich. A good one, then a bad one, then a good one. But all right, then let's get into our predictions for next weekend. Jonathan, do you want to go first this time?
All right, number one with $47. Scary movie. 47.5 million. I for some reason I just don't have quite as much hope in this one. I don't think it's gonna get to 50. I'm kind of just tampering it a little bit though. Around 47 million. Backrooms, I think it's gonna have a kind of steeper drop, 32.5 million. Still pretty good. Not like a Mandalorian drop. So Masters of the Universe. This one really has something specific, I feel like, writing on it. That's like the reviews, which honestly, I think if there were anything to really write home about, they would have released them already, considering what they did for like MGM. Yeah, I mean, they're probably coming out like tomorrow, honestly, but I bet they're fine. I'm going like 25 million though. Obsession at 4 with 22, still way above the opening. And then Mandalorian, I'm thinking like 11, honestly. Probably going to still drop worse than what they want it to.
All right, then, Greg, what are your top 5 numbers for this week?
All right, y'all have to hear me on this one. There's going to be a lot of big risks here. Okay, scary movie. Number one, 49.99 mil. Number two, I put it at 49.989 mil. Number three, Masters of the Universe, I put at 49.9899 mil. For number four, Obsession, I put it at 49.989999 mil. And then number five, Grungelman and Binkus, negative $3.
Oh, so we get $3. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, everyone's getting $3.
Hey, what'd you really put?
Okay. Number one, scary movie, I put 48.56 mil. I don't even know if it's really going to go that high, but number two for Backrooms, I put like 33 mil, 33.23 mil. I think I feel like it could hold a little better, but like, also, I mean, there's a lot of stupid people with this movie. So, number three, Masters of the Universe, 25 mil. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even confident it gets that. The big reason why is a certain actor who is probably just more well known for being Morbius at this point. Number four, Obsession. I also basically put 22 million, but I put 22.42 mil. It'd be awesome if it went up again. It'd really be awesome if my if my my previous prediction like actually happens. It gets 49.98999 mil. And Mandalorian Grogu, negative $3. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm really lowballing it here. This would be catastrophic. I think we saw that joke thing about Dave Filoni being executed. I think he would probably kill himself if this happened. 9.67 mil. Imagine a drop like that.
So my numbers for this upcoming weekend, I have number one, Scary Movie at 50 million. I wanted a big round number to be honest. Backrooms, 30.53 million. That's like a 62.5% drop. That feels about right to me. I don't know. I hope it drops less, but I don't know. It seems a bit more front loaded than less front loaded than Grungelman and Binkus though, which isn't hard. Master of the Universe, 26 million. Obsession, I've got at 21.92 million, which is down 20%. And then Grungelman and Binkus, I've gone a bit higher on, I guess. I'm at 12.23 million, 50% drop. Honestly, if it does over 50, Star Wars is fucked. But yeah, so those are our top 5 predictions for the next week, and that is our show for this week. Thank you for listening. I've been Dan. I've been joined by Jonathan
Yellow.
and Grug.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yes. Bye bye.
Goodbye.